Rundown, it is August 28th. It is brought to you by Fuego Box. That's my Jake Paul. Snake, Jake the Snake. I gotta get Jake Paul. He's like my golden goose now. I want to talk to Jake Paul.
Wait, why would Fuego Box be snake?
Well, Fuego's hot.
Yeah.
And then Jake...
Snake's different than...
Yeah, but he made the same sound.
He went... This is like...
I couldn't differentiate between those two sounds. So, I mean...
Clearly you don't know your snake sounds.
Pretty clearly, Rob, with those close sounds.
They were pretty... I couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah, so that's why, Kevin. Use the code RUNDOWN, you get $10 off your first box. Fuego Box goes out and finds the best small batch craft hot sauces from around the world and sends them to your doorstep. You can get 1 sauce per month or 3 sauces per month or just test it out in their store. Fuego Box. Use the code RUNDOWN. $10 off your first box. Fuego Box. Fuego. Rundown. There you go. All right. We've talked this to death, Bob, but it's Monday. Me and you, I think a lot of what people don't get, we've talked on camera, off camera, every which way. You and I have a legitimate disagreement. I will say what happened in the fight, then you can try to put your spin on it.
You got it.
This fight, I give Conor...
Who was fighting? It
was Conor McGregor and Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather?
Floyd Mayweather. I give Conor McGregor credit. He always is there to fight. He put his balls on and went in the ring. I give him credit for that. All heart, didn't back down, wanted to wobble back to the corner, as he said, so I give him all the credit in the world for that. This is a bloodbath. Floyd Mayweather was never, ever, ever in jeopardy or hurt or none of that. This fight was exactly what I said it was going to be. It was exciting, and this is where we get a little semantics, but it was a one-side fight. It was a bloodbath. Floyd Mayweather literally did his game plan exactly how he built it up. And all these stats that I see, these Conor people putting out there like, oh, Conor landed more punches than Canelo and Pacquiao. That is because Floyd Mayweather had zero respect for Conor McGregor in the ring and went forward like this for 5 rounds, which he does not do unless he knows he's fighting a tomato can. And that's exactly what he was doing. It was a tomato can. And if anyone thinks Floyd Mayweather gives a fuck about what the fans think of his fight style, at the end he's like, I knew I owed the fans something after Pacquiao was the worst fight and boring. That had nothing to do with it. He knew this guy couldn't hurt him. He knew he could walk right through him. He knew he could knock him out. If he thought there was an iota of a chance of him being in trouble, he never would move forward. He never moves. He didn't even move forward in a tricky or suave way. He just was like this and walked straight at Conor McGregor, and Conor McGregor could do nothing because he's not a good boxer. Is he ballsy? Does he have courage? Yes. Was this the perfect fight for both guys? Because McGregor can go in the ring, make $100 million. Everyone says he's got courage, balls. Yes. Is it perfect for McGregor? He can retire saying, see, I'm a warrior. I knocked him out, top of the game, 50-0. But you fought a tomato can relatively speaking. Like, if Mayweather fights somebody in their prime, he goes backward, does the thing. He probably gets knocked out because of a shadow of what he was. So it was a win-win for everybody. But my main contention is this was more a spectacle than a fight. It's exactly what we thought. It was entertaining. I totally agree it was entertaining.
Very entertaining, and that's where it wasn't exactly what we thought, because we agreed. We both thought it would be a boring fight.
Yes, I'm wrong.
You were the most adamant about that.
I thought it would be boring 2 ways. I thought it would be boring and it was one-sided. I thought they'd stay away from each other more. I didn't know that Mayweather would have such little respect for Conor that he'd walk.
You keep saying that Floyd Mayweather would disagree with you there. Floyd, about the respect thing. Floyd, after the fight, said many times that Conor was a lot better than he thought he would.
Yeah, because that makes him look better too.
He's a lot better than I thought he was. He used different angles. He was a tough competitor, but I was the better man tonight.
Sure, it does, but
you don't get it.
You calling this a one-sided fight?
I knocked out a trash can.
We walked back to the hotel together, and you kept saying it was one-sided. Floyd was never in any real danger, and I agree with you there. He was never in any danger. You can't call it a one-sided fight when it was 3-3 going into the 7th round.
Yeah, but he gave him those.
But that doesn't matter. That's the semantics. Whether he gave him it or he didn't, it was not one-sided. For the first 3 rounds, it was very one-sided.
It was one-sided, but he didn't throw a punch. Mayweather didn't throw a punch.
Yeah,
and then when Mayweather's like, I'm
going to
turn it on, he didn't just throw. He just didn't land. He was landing with every punch directly in his face. Fights that are competitive, towards the end, it's like both guys are having moments. If that fight continued and Conor McGregor continued to pull a Homer Simpson, which is just take shots but don't fall down, he'd be dead.
No, I agree. I thought it was a perfect stoppage. People were tweeting me, like the Conor fans that follow me were like, this is horrible. They should have let him get knocked out. Don't let him get knocked out. Like, that's
I mean, it would have been
ridiculous.
one more punch. He was going down.
Yeah, he was
many,
going
many,
down.
Many rights.
Perfect stoppage. You also have to consider it's a guy 49-0 versus a guy that's 0-0. The referee, like, they made the gloves smaller, which Nevada State Athletic Commission was like, that makes it more dangerous. All the factors, the ref had to stop the fight when he did.
Yeah, and boxing and MMA are very different. Like boxing,
Yes.
MMA, you get knocked out quickly or tapped out very quickly. Boxing, there have been guys who take those type of shots, little guys, I forget his name, but he just was taking so many shots, never got knocked down, was fine, he died the next day. You can get like your brain severely fucked up if you're just sitting there and getting rockets launched off your face. And McGregor's hands, I mean, he couldn't protect himself. It was over.
No, he was not
His hands
protecting
were down.
himself
He
at
was
all.
stumbling around. He was falling into the ropes without
Yeah.
any contact.
Fight was,
I mean, it was
for sure over.
clearly over. Actually, the round before. He was saved by the bell the prior round.
Yep.
And then everyone knew
I
it
tweeted
wasn't
at
gonna-
you the round before. I said if you had any like respect for your man, you'd jump into the ring and stop it yourself.
Yeah, I would have jumped into the ring if I was fourth row. I was up in the nosebleeds.
Shout out Rapport, who's a lunatic. I don't know if we want to get into the celebrity side. We've talked about that. It was the most celebrities I've ever seen
Can
in
I
my
say
life.
something real quick before
Yes,
we move
Robbie,
on?
it's your show. Go ahead.
I just want to say, I thought Conor, as far as how he did, you keep saying he's a schmuck, he can't box. He made his professional boxing debut against someone that's maybe the greatest of all time and won the first 3 rounds, whether Floyd gave him to or not. He really impressed. I think his next fight will be in a boxing ring, not the
You do?
UFC. Yes, I do.
Versus a real boxer?
I think he might fight Paulie Malignaggi.
That's not a real boxer anymore.
Okay, he's a 2-weight world champ. So
I mean,
when you're talking
when?
about
How
your
long
second
ago?
professional
How
fight
long
ever,
ago?
you retired 2 years ago, maybe?
I mean, yeah. So I mean, he's fighting a retired guy.
Or not even 2 years ago.
He's fighting a retired guy.
That's
it's
fine.
smart. I do it too.
It's very smart.
And this fight was smart for both of them.
I think Conor did very well in the boxing ring. I thought he did. When you're talking about him going up against Mayweather, I thought he did
But it was
great.
exactly-
He outperformed everyone's expectations, including yours. You
No, he
said
did not.
You said,
That
you said
is
in the
where-
pre-fight
no,
that he
he
wouldn't
did
land a
not.
clean punch.
All right, I haven't rewatched it, and so you landed an uppercut. People talking about it. I was there, fourth row. It was so close, I didn't have to rewatch it. I know that Mayweather was not even remotely stunned at any point in the fight. I saw it. I couldn't.
I've
we were
watched the
looking at
fight 4
each other.
times. Mayweather was never in danger of losing the fight, but that uppercut stunned him.
He was never.
The broadcast made it sound like Conor
Yeah, the
McGregor was going to win
broadcast.
this fight. I was like, as a casual fan, I'm sitting there like, he's going to fucking win this thing. It was very
was I.
entertaining from my point of view, where I don't give a fuck about the sweet science and I don't really care about
big
combat
sweet
sports.
science guy.
So just from like a sports spectacle point of view, well worth the money. I mean, people are like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
I also don't like, by the way, these people who like brag about stealing the fight.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
all right, if you find a link, you find a link. But the people who are like, who the fuck would pay for this? Like,
by the way, you-
$99 for what is arguably the biggest sporting event in like several years.
And the first,
I can pay that.
first Mayweather fight in 15 years, maybe, that to be like an
actually
exciting,
lived up
like
to it.
live up to the
Yeah.
expectation.
Those
Everyone
people-
came out of it like, fuck yeah, that was great.
Those people are poor people. Like
Right.
if you're bragging, like you're going through all the trouble,
Come
like
on.
congrats, you're poor. Like,
How much?
you-
How much did we pay for tickets? Thousands out of our pockets, right?
I got in a pissing contest, Robbie. I don't know if I've told you this. I
You
don't like
never.
I don't like doing this, but I did this, and I felt bad. I actually apologized to the guy. So I picked up my tickets for the fight, and then I had to get you a ticket.
Yep.
So I bought you a ticket, and I got it with SeatGeek. SeatGeek, shout out SeatGeek for all the
Love
ticket help.
SeatGeek.
Promo code
Use
Dave.
a promo code Dave. You get $20 off your next order. Shout out SeatGeek. And I ordered yours like, okay, it's gonna be a couple hours before we can get it. Ordered the thing through SeatGeek. Immediately got a telephone call right before the Travers. I owe somebody here an apology too. Is that the long-haired kid over there? Bob? What's his name? Rob? Who? Who sits over there?
Tom.
Tom. Who?
Tom.
I owe Tom an apology. Because Tom, right before the Travers, I bet on the Travers, and I was in the middle of the SeatGeek thing. I was watching it at New York. Literally, the gates are getting ready to open, and Tom tapped me on the shoulder. First, I heard, hey, Dave, thought it was a stoolie, and it was Tom, but the gates just opened, so it was like, oh, hey, and then turned around, and then he walked away. So he's probably like, what an asshole. Because it's
Probably,
like
yeah.
somebody you meet.
He's like the best kid.
Yeah. I literally gave him no time because the gate's like fucking open in the Travers. He's trying to say hello. It's like, not now, kid. But he works here, so I felt
Yep, he
bad.
does.
And he was vanished when it was over. And I'm like, oh, well, that didn't go well. The SeatGeek thing. So after I ordered tickets, I got a call from like a third-party ticket agency, not SeatGeek, and they're like, okay, got your ticket order. You got to meet me like here to get the ticket. I'm like, I just bought through SeatGeek. I talked to them. because like you need your own ID, and I want you to pick it. I didn't want to run around again and pick up your ticket. I'm like, I talked to the SeatGeek guys. My guy Bob, who I bought the ticket for, like he's picking it up. I'm not going, so I don't have my ID. He's like, nope, you have to come. I'm like, I cannot come. I'm running around. I know the SeatGeek guys. They'll take care of it. He's like, that's not how it's going to work. Everyone's buying tickets. You think I'm going to run around for this? I'm like, I'm telling you, that's how it. And then I got into, he's like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Did you drop it? Do you know who I am?
I go, dude, this is going down a bad path. You don't know who you're talking to. He's like, you know who says that? People who fucking are nobodies. Like, anybody who says you don't know who you're talking to are nobodies. And I just hung up on him.
That makes my ticket picking up experience a lot
more clear.
A lot more clear. Because they said, "What's the name?" And I said, "Robbie Fox," but it might be under Dave Portnoy. And the guy went, "Huh."
Yeah.
And then gave me my
Where
ticket.
did you pick it up from?
In New York, New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From SeatGeek.
From like the SeatGeek Center.
Yeah, they knew I asked, so they were clear with it. The guy then like sent me like 3 texts like right after. Like because he Googled.
This is like the New York Racing Association all over again.
He Googled my name. He's
Yeah.
like, sorry, can you send a picture? And then he's like, there's just so many people. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm a dick, but I'm running around. I got SeatGeek. I got employees tapping me. It was a dick move by me, and I felt bad after it. More fight talk. We all agree with this. I didn't realize this in real time. The entrances sucked.
Terrible.
That's
The worst.
supposed to be the best part of the fight.
I know.
In real time.
And specifically this fight.
Yeah, and specifically, our seats randomly were like almost the last seat where you'd see them walk by. You could reach out and touch them. I said to Rappaport, I go, these are so fucking fast, aren't they? I couldn't tell if it was just because I was there. And then I
Quiet
thought
and
about
quick.
it. They didn't dim the lights.
Nope.
They barely played the music. That sucked. So that was a little disappointing.
McGregor like made it to the ring before his song like dropped into the actual entrance song. The song he walked out to is usually just the intro before it drops into his walkout song. He was in the ring at the time.
which is such a big part of this. I mean, it was a spectacle, so they fucked that part up.
It should have been Apollo Creed like Rocky IV.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with McGregor, I was thinking it was going to be fucking
And
Irish
his music
flags
is
and like
so fucking good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Other thoughts that I've...
The ski mask was a nice touch though.
ski mask
Yeah,
was
that was
nice.
cool.
I
It was
wasn't
good.
even a ski mask. Well, that was like an executioner's mask.
Yeah, whatever it was. I was like, oh fuck.
Not nearly as much.
Not good for the Connor fans. I was like, oh no, we're fine.
I didn't like that he was wearing white and gold too. That pissed me off. I wanted him in like full Irish colors.
Yeah, not enough Irish in the venue. I was surprised by that.
None.
A lot of empty seats. They priced the fight too high. So there was like a whole section that was empty. That were
Yep.
like the $1,500 nosebleeds.
Did you see what Leonard Ellerby said about that?
No.
Someone was like, "Why were there so many empty sections?" And he said, "Because the fans didn't buy the seats."
Yeah, I
That
mean,
was
that's
his whole
the truth.
explanation. Yeah.
That's the God's honest truth.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that. No matter how expensive it was, I figured that would be a sellout.
Yeah, I would too. And Canelo Alvarez sold out in like a minute, so that's a little bit different. Granted, cheaper seats. The star celebrity status. We talked to Rappaport on Barstool Radio. He is a legitimate black person.
I think he really forgets he's white.
He is black.
He's like,
I know.
fuck you, McGregor, you
he's
white
black.
fuck. I was like, you're
He
Jewish,
said-
Rappaport.
He said that the ref didn't let McGregor go down because of white
White
privilege.
I think if you told black people that Rappaport was Jewish, they'd be the most stunned people now. So they're like, no, he ain't. He's black. Like, dead serious. Every single, didn't matter whether it was a black celebrity, didn't matter whether it was a black crew, they wanted pictures. Rappaport. Huge celebrity, saw a million stars. We're in this little room, as Rappaport called it, the Denzel Washington room. He's like, I know there's a place where Denzel Washington is, and that's where we have to be. He was obsessed with it. It was a pretty impressive room. I was just kind of like a third wheel date. Like I didn't know how to talk to people. At one point, like somebody
You were
bumped-
the biggest scrub in that room.
biggest scrub. At one point, somebody like bumped into me, an innocent bump, and I turned around, it was Bruce Willis, and I was just like, oh, hey, Bruce, I'm Dave. And we just shook hands. It was like in the span of 1 second, I had a video with Bruce Willis, Pat Riley, Mitch Richmond, Jerry Zuckheimer, Cal Ripken, Jeff Gordon, and
Irvin? Is that Irvin?
Michael Irvin, all and just not pictured because I didn't go farther enough, was Reggie Miller, who's the guy on the, Draymond Green,
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx literally went up to Mike Rappaport. He's like, why won't you call me back? I have a great role for you specifically in a movie. And Rappaport's like, oh, you know where to find me. So, and I was just sitting there
I
like,
think
what
we
the
forget
fuck?
sometimes that Michael Rappaport's like a legit famous person.
No, he's
like
the
a
guy
fucking
from that
idiot
thing.
around here, but it's like The guy's been doing movies and shit for a long ass
Legit
time.
famous person, Stephen A. Smith was the only one who hated him. And he
All
kept
week.
saying,
All week.
oh, I love Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah,
We're
he's like, I'll
buddies."
prove you wrong. Next time he sees me, he'll come over
Yeah,
here.
never. He was
Every
Yeah,
always
time
no,
it's
his
like,
excuse is,
yeah, right,
they're
hey.
so close that he treats him like that. Your best friends you really hate.
So that was a fight. I would watch Conor. I would still be interested to see Conor fight a real fighter. Jamaggio, that doesn't do it for me that much.
Who?
Paul Giammaggio.
Paul
Come on.
Malignaggi?
Malignaggi?
So that's just another. That's fighting another retired guy. What do we like? What do we?
You don't
doing
think he
here?
goes back?
I mean, you build up the hype of like, one guy says he beat his ass in sparring, the other guy says that's fake news, and then, they build it up
I'd
from there.
buy it,
I was
but-
very impressed with how unbiased he was on the broadcast.
Malignaggi.
I actually
he
was
hates
too.
Conor's guts.
Yeah.
I thought he should have been thrown off the broadcast.
I
when he
thought
was like
for
waiting
sure he was
outside
gonna be
Conor's
talking
hotel
shit.
for him.
This could again, Malignaggi may be playing 3 steps ahead. He
wants to fight. He wants to
He's
fight.
building.
Of course,
he's-
no,
yeah.
he's
so
very
he may
clear.
not actually hate him.
He's very, no, I think he does. He does.
And that's really it for Floyd?
Yes.
Right? He can't fight any actual boxers anymore, and he's already kind of
That's
done the
it for
novelty
Floyd.
thing.
He was,
so.
I wouldn't say he was a shell of himself, but he was clearly, he lost a step. He was slower.
He's definitely slow. I would say that is not the end of Floyd because I think the way that guy spends money, at some point he's going to be
need
like,
it.
I need money.
True.
And he's still, whenever he fights with that 15-0 record, he'll still get a draw. So I'd be very surprised if that's the end of Floyd. In fact,
But he can't
there's
fight
no-
anybody.
no, he'll look for circus shows like this.
Yeah.
I think it's over for Floyd.
No chance. You're young and naive.
That's true.
You don't know the sweet science.
The
That's
dumbest
very true.
thing that was said all week was that you thought Conor McGregor's monogamous.
I said I'd like to think that, yeah.
Yeah, no chance.
I'd like to think that
Bob-
some people in
Bob,
this world are good people.
probably
Dave.
not.
It was
Probably not.
All
You know,
right.
everyone knows the story. She's stuck by his side. She's very good and loyal. Probably not.
He's
Bob.
probably the number one can get pussy guy in the world. So I'm pretty sure he's not monogamous.
I just like to think that some people go beyond that,
Yeah, I know.
Probably
it's a
not,
nice
Bob.
world to live in as an 18-year-old. And then
19.
life hits you in the face.
Him
in
and Chris
reality.
Pratt are running around town just smashing chicks.
I wish Chris Pratt and Anna Faris were still together.
Game of Thrones finale. It was good. Nothing's. The best part for me was Littlefinger getting killed. I love seeing. You don't. Oh, because you haven't seen any of it. That's another
Never,
thing.
but I'm gonna watch it one day.
Oh.
Anybody who says spoilers are after the show aired can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler alert! This whole rundown, spoilers.
There's not a spoiler alert.
Spoiler
You
alert.
watch the show in real time.
Yeah,
Spoiler
I
alert.
think
complaining about spoilers is kind of dead, though. I feel like it's
leaks are one thing.
Leaks. Okay.
But I think like up until this past year, everyone complained about spoilers, and I think everyone's realized it just is what it is. You have to fucking watch the show.
Watch
stay
the
off
show.
the internet.
For sure. I love that. I feel like Bran, Sansa, and Arya are a formidable threesome. I love that fucking how Arya, that was a no-nonsense. She's like, dead.
I liked Sansa more than Arya in that. I
I
feel
liked
like
them both.
Sansa is like Littlefinger. Like she kind of like
Except the good Littlefinger.
Yeah, like she can like scheme and connive now.
And
Because she even said, she was like, I asked myself the question. You know what I mean? They did the exact same thing to him.
I think she's going to be the Lady of Winterfell then because now Jon is going to be out, right, of the North because he has no
Because he's
bloodlines.
Aegon.
Yeah.
Aegon Targaryen.
So that was good.
I think a lot happened. I mean, we got the incest that we all wanted. The whole
I-
world
no-
is rooting for the incest now.
I guess when I say that, nothing surprising happened. The Littlefinger was the only little twist, right?
Right. But
Like-
a lot.
Like you knew those two were fucking.
You knew those two were fucking
Tough break getting the ass of Jon instead of the ass of.
Not bad.
Banazi.
They did that scene very well, by the way. It was like
do you
looking
mean?
for something.
No,
like
it was
they
all-
blocked everything perfectly.
Except Jon's ass was in our
Well,
face.
I was looking for Danny.
Yeah, I know. Jon's ass.
It's a good ass, though.
It was a good
I'm fine
ass.
with that. Yeah, we knew the. I actually didn't think that the dragon was gonna knock the wall down like that, but it was like. Yeah, they used their ice dragon.
Yeah, I thought the dragon was just gonna fly over, burn everybody or ice people, and then they just open the gate. But whatever.
Wall gone. Littlefinger gone. Jamie gone.
I wish Cersei killed Jaime, and I like Jaime as a character. I just feel like that would have been such a ruthless move.
And I think they got away a little bit from that. Like the first 6 seasons of Game of Thrones, Jamie would be dead there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This was like the season where they were, I think, a little gun shy to kill people off.
It was
they
a
want
more-
their final season. They want everybody there. I think that he would have just been sliced.
It was a more predictable when you thought, oh my God, a main character is about to die. They did not. Like Jaime twice.
But not in a good way, in like a you're being a pussy way.
Right,
you
in
know
a
what I
more
mean?
predictable way.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
what made like Thrones. Like anyone could die at any time. You're like, oh fuck, I thought this was the main character, and now they're dead.
Right.
Yeah, so I get with that. What else did I think of it? I guess that's it. I don't know.
Let me tell you what I don't give a fuck about. Theon Greyjoy and his dickless wonder. I
What
don't
was
give a
that
fuck
smirk
about
when he was
that
getting
guy.
like kneed in the balls? Like, aha, I have no
Yeah.
dick.
No dick here.
You
Can't
keep
hurt my
kneeing,
dick.
you keep kneeing me my dickless spot. Now you're in trouble. That like invigorated him.
Yeah, it was like he's
Like
a
he was-
superhero because he chopped his dick off.
Is that like a new thing this season that nobody has dicks on that show?
No, there's always been dickless
I just keep
people.
hearing
Oh,
about that
It's
all
incest
the
and
time.
dicks
Oh.
everywhere. Dave?
When did the Unsullied get off of that island?
What island?
No, the castle. Weren't they stranded there? How'd they get off?
I don't know. I never concerned myself with the travel.
But that was a major thing. They were like specifically stuck, stranded on that Castle
Don't
Rock,
complain
right?
about it. You're talking to the guy that will
Castle
eviscerate
Rock,
you.
though, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, they were stranded there. I mean, that was a
Anymore.
major thing.
Not anymore.
No, they I don't know how that happened. Don't know, don't care, but I don't know how that happened. Overall, I am glad. I think this is pointing. I think the Night King, I've said it. The Night King, he's just a dead guy. I don't really hate him. I hate that he has the dragon that kills me deep.
The Night King is going to be somebody, though. Everyone's predicting it's Bran. I don't know if that's true. I don't think it's just going to be like he's a zombie. I think there's going to be some story that makes you really care about
If the
who
Night
the Night
King,
King is.
if the Night King talks, then we got something. But I think the Night King's just going to be like they're going to kill the White Walkers. They're going to turn mostly into Cersei and this Gold Army. And who knows? Like the midget could switch.
I don't think things are going to go good for my man Tyrion.
No.
I think
So-
he's in a bad spot. And I don't like
I
this
don't know
Gold
how
Army
they're
either. We got Unsullied mixed with fucking Dothraki and dragons. I don't think this Gold Army is, like, how good could they be that this is going to be Cersei's, like, ace up their
I
sleeve?
don't know, but I think that's going to be the majority. I don't know how they're going to stretch the season out. It seems like it's wildly like the wars are quick. Like they have the war and then someone wins, it's over. And all the previous episodes were building, and now it seems like they're rapidly going to the conclusion. So something major to carry a full season, you're saying, of hour-and-a-half episodes?
Well, I think that the first part will be defeating the White Walkers, and the second part will be whoever's left.
Yeah. The Celtics trade. Cole, you want to grab a mic here? So we had this big deal.
Poor Coley.
The Irving trade, the Isaiah Thomas trade, and now the Cavs are saying he's not healthy, and they want like all the Celtics guys.
Yeah, Isaiah got hurt during the Cavs series in the playoffs. Danny Ainge, the night of the trade, when it like became official, was very transparent in saying like, yeah, his hip isn't as great as where it was, which is why the Nets pick wasn't protected. So we were like, that was already factored in. The Cavs are. I don't know what the Cavs fucking do.
It's LeBron. he's a
Well,
bitch.
listen. I mean, if I'm making the trade and someone says to me like his hip's a problem, you negotiate accordingly, and then he gets there and you do an MRI, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, you didn't tell me it was like fucking shredded or whatever.
mean,
you know what I mean?
I get that, but at the
How do you
same
not do
time,
an
like,
MRI first?
at the same time, like they
I
talked
don't think
about
that's
it.
ever really how it works. It's always medical, like it makes it final. You know.
This is a team that like 5 years ago was like, yeah, we want Andrew Bynum, who could barely stand up. So I don't know if like the Cavs all of a sudden have like these outstanding
Medical
doctors
geniuses,
like
yeah.
better than
So
Boston.
what is happening? What is the minute status?
To the minute, Jay Crowder, who was a pivotal part of this trade, was just working out in Atlanta in full Cavs gear. The Cavs official website has Isaiah Thomas, Ante Zizic, and Isaiah Thomas all listed on there with numbers. It still hasn't been fully completed. It still hasn't been announced.
Something
but-
has to get done because you can't just undo a trade of this magnitude.
A-Rod.
No.
That's like the only
but that
time
was like
it was
the-
wild.
Chris
Kevin
Paul.
Millar trashed Garcia Parra. I fucking hate his ass for that.
And the Chris Paul, that was league. Fuck what they say about that.
Oh yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, that was the league, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't go back though. Imagine Kyrie go. That would be so
Back to
awesome.
LeBron.
So awesome.
It wouldn't stink for us, but it would at the same time. Because like Jay Crowder and the Nets pick could still get us something very valuable.
Yeah.
So,
No,
like,
I'm just talking on like a personal level.
yeah, I get that. But Isaiah would be not the best, and apparently he's hurt and can't play anymore. So I don't think we
Well,
want that.
That's not good either.
Yeah, no. I don't think
Being
that's
hurt,
great.
not playing, not good. The rundown is brought to you by DraftKings. Promo code RUNDOWN. That's what we're on right now. You get a free entry into the 100K Week 1 contest. If you draft, so this is, I also call this the $1 billion challenge. They also have 100K worth of prizes. It's free.
And that's your guy.
Who?
That's Frankie.
Frank,
playing
is
that
that
music.
you play music in the middle of the rundown right there? Okay. Free entry into the 100K Week 1 contest. If you draft the perfect lineup, that means like you have the number 1 scoring quarterback, best wide receivers, best running backs, you get $1 billion. For those keeping score at home, that's a lot of money. $1 billion. Use the promo code RUNDOWN to enter. Eligibility restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com for details. Again, you get the perfect lineup, you get $1 billion. But even if you don't get the perfect lineup, they are still giving $100,000 worth of prizes to the top finishers. It's free to enter. You literally have no reason not to enter this contest. You could be you. I mean, somebody may win, might as well be you. So again, the code RUNDOWN DraftKings. VMAs, first of all, had to be pissed. I don't know how long they schedule this shit,
I mean, you just have to change the date.
but you're going versus King Kong and Thrones.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
VMAs is usually a
you're
very
right.
like social event.
Yeah, I mean, it would absolutely have been what I watched if it wasn't for Thrones. I don't know who scheduled what first, but at some point you just got to be like, never mind.
Yeah, right.
As soon as you realize this, just move it until next week.
The two major events, Taylor Swift unveiled her music video for a song. I hadn't heard to any of it.
Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do.
I think for major Taylor Swift songs, it's like the worst one I've ever heard.
That might be just the worst
horrible.
song, period. It's terrible.
And my issue is like I like the first like 40 seconds. As soon as it goes into the chorus, it just goes off a cliff, and it's the worst song I've ever
For
heard.
someone who's always highly touted as like a singer-songwriter, that song stinks.
I mean,
the
I
lyrics
look-
stink. Her like attempt at rapping stinks.
The video stunk.
I actually didn't mind the video where she was
No.
clearly making fun of herself.
I
at
thought
the end.
I thought the video was good.
Yeah,
the video almost
really.
convinced me the song was good.
because it was very self-aware. She was making fun of all the things that
I
people
guess
always make
the
fun
last like
of. And
5
she looked
seconds.
sexy when she was that like BDSM chick.
No, she didn't.
I
she was
don't
shaking
think
her
she
hips.
did.
She looked like a fucking
when she
alien
had-
from
she had it all.
Science.
Well, she's not a good dancer, but when she had like the latex on.
Yeah,
and
but
all
when
that
she
shit,
shook her hips, it
I
was
thought that's like the worst she
asexual.
looked in the whole music video.
Bob, you're a child.
All right, fine.
Bob thinks Conor McGregor's
Bob, you
monogamous.
probably like the Taylor Swift where she had the guitar and the bangs.
Yeah, like when
Yeah,
she's
exactly.
the "You Belong with Me" music video, where she's got
Yeah.
the glasses on.
You can have that
So,
one.
And I'm a Taylor Swift guy, by the way. I like almost every
I
song
love
she's
Taylor
done,
Swift.
but that song, no
Stinks.
bueno. Surprising. It's almost, in my head, it's like, is this when a superstar suddenly gets old and they're like, Madonna at one point, it's like, all our music's, like she
fell
has
off a
so
cliff.
much, every time it's good.
This is pretty early for that to happen.
I know, but that was bad.
She started early though.
I wonder though. I do feel like I'm already seeing people come around on it. I am not. I don't like it.
I
but
don't like
it's,
it. What's Feidelberg? Feidelberg, you hate it?
Fights is coming around. I
Does
think.
Fights still love Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Well, this is what happened. So like when it first came out, he was like, "Fuck this bitch," and now today he's like, "Look what you made me do." He's into it.
I like the second one. What about the piano? If that was the whole song, it would be good.
I thought I saw you, are you still pro Taylor?
I'm like, she's JJ Watt. Like, I hate her. She sucks. Her personality is terrible, but she fucking puts
Okay,
out
because you
bangers.
used to that, you used to like her. Like
Yeah, I used to really defend her.
Yeah, okay.
And then it just became indefensible. Now,
But her music's always been good.
right,
Right,
but
that's
not
been
this
my
one.
stance,
But
that's
even
like
this
last
one,
year.
it sounds like you're bopping around to it now.
How about this is a
Because you have
Kanye
no
diss,
spine,
right?
no backbone.
It's a Kanye and a Kim diss, yes. I hear they're very unbothered
So
by it.
she's releasing her album, correct me if I'm wrong, on the 10-year anniversary of Kanye's mom's death.
Yes.
Oh, that's pop. That's strong.
That's a savage move.
That I don't believe that.
What do you mean you don't believe that?
I don't think
It's a
this
strong
is
move.
on purpose.
You don't think it was on purpose?
Yeah.
I don't think it was on purpose, and I think once they realized it, they were like, fuck it, let's roll with it.
I mean, it's kind
Because
of a
I mean,
weird
they
thing.
checked
That's
it. They
1 to
Googled
100
November
real
10th
quick.
when they check
When you
everything.
Google that, does that pop up? If I
If
Google
your
November
first
10th, is it going to be
song
like
is a
Kanye
Kanye
West's
diss.
mom died? I don't think so.
It's a pretty famous death. Like, he has like a lot of songs about her.
I just don't think there's any way to come across that unless you're looking for it.
That's like, holy shit. Maybe calm down, Taylor.
I don't think she did that for real.
That would be a power move if she did. And then the other person who made news was the witch. What's her name? I keep Lord. Woo. I don't know what she was doing.
She looked like a witch.
I
She's
mean,
like a
always a
zombie.
witch. She was the lighter witch, actually. Like a lot of times she's dark. This was like happy witch. Like she was just being witchy, but like dancing around and kind of a weird.
I kind of respect the move of just not even pretending to sing yourself.
Yeah, I actually
don't
like that.
Like either sing it or like don't. She didn't even bother to lip sync. She just danced
She was-
around.
she was just
but she's
dancing
not a good dancer.
while her song was
Well,
playing.
she
It's
wasn't.
one thing if, like,
no,
you-
she was intentionally dancing like
a fucking
weird.
asshole.
And then you have all these celebrities who are like all awesome looking and cool, and she's not. Kind of like trying to beatbox and like act like they can seat dance with it, and you couldn't. Now it goes back almost to that original song that made her. I think she hates famous people. So in a weird way, I couldn't tell if she was making fun of people or just putting a spell on the
Either
entire
way, I
crowd.
think she feels like she's too self-important.
But I don't. I don't know what.
I don't
they're
like
doing.
It's
how,
almost
like,
like she's
artsy-fartsy
so
it was.
against the celebs that it's
Yeah.
like, you're being
Yeah.
obnoxious.
Yeah.
It was like artsy, but I like the like not give a fuck aspect.
You're right. True. All right, and the last one, Houston. Obviously, shit's going down there. They're flooding. I have a question. I don't really know because I was in. You always feel a little guilty, like we're in Vegas, like partying, and Houston's
world's falling
underwater.
apart,
yeah, and the fighting, even all that. Our guy Tex, so he's there.
Yeah.
On the ground.
He went.
Why
back.
was he on ABC News?
Because he was like going around with his friend who had a boat, like trying
Yeah,
to save
Tex is
people.
like doing real good work. He lost touch with his dad, so Tex was on ABC News talking about how he expected to like go to his house and find his dad dead. His dad's alive, thankfully.
Good.
And Tex is just going around Houston right now, like saving lives.
I actually came to terms with having to like find my dad's body.
23-year-old Dylan Stone, who lives on the Upper East Side, flew to Dallas Friday morning, got in a car, and started driving to see his father in Sinton, Texas. He got as far as San Antonio, then lost contact with his father all day Saturday. It was the worst day of his life.
I cried a lot. I've been crying since Friday.
Thankfully, his father survived. The two were finally reunited Sunday night in Sinton.
Good for fucking Tex.
Our boy Tex.
Puts on for Texas, man.
Yeah, and we have the shirt. I think the old row guys. It's Texas Strong, so you can donate all that money. We'll go to the Red Cross, and that's pretty much it. Do we have any? What? Starting 9 promo. Starting 9. Go do a Starting 9 promo.
Carabas.
Tonight.
How many fucking months am I gonna have to work? Years am I gonna have to work here before you?
Carabas.
Well, let's see. It started. Coley was
Coming up on
Coley.
my 3-year
Coley was
anniversary. at
Cooley
this
for
company.
several years.
Yeah.
Fights was feats for like
I
5
know,
years.
well,
So you got a
until
long
3
time to
years.
go.
He said 3 years, so I'm like, you have until
Why
November
can't
to
you?
get it right.
You physically can't even say
Carabas.
Carabas. Carabas. Carabas.
Like November.
Carabas.
I'll give you until Thanksgiving.
Biz.
That's like the
There's no
restaurant.
Z. He's gonna give you.
Give you
your
until
life.
Thanksgiving. That was
Thanksgiving.
around like 3 years.
And then
3
what
years.
happens? What happens at Thanksgiving when he still fucks it up?
You quit.
Why do you get so
I haven't
mad
thought that
about
part
it?
through. I haven't
What
thought
are you
that
guys
part
so
through.
mad about? It's only like the single most like this lowest level of respect you can give for someone. Just get their name right.
Carabas.
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 Starting 9 tonight. Facebook Live, 11 p.m. You gonna be there?
Dallas Braden.
You're probably gonna be fucking asleep. Brian Wilson too, by
Brian
the way.
Wilson.
Pretty
good
excited
crew.
for that. Yeah,
Hell of a crew.
a lot of ragtag crew.
Do you host a wrestling podcast too?
Yeah, from the top rope with Robbie Fox.
Oh, wow.
That comes out every Wednesday.
This will be 11 o'clock. We have MLB highlights in the
We
show.
do. Yep.
We licensed it.
Big deal.
It is a big deal. Brian Wilson, Dallas Braden, Jared Carabas.
I killed it.
Fucking A. Who cares? Watch that tonight, 11 p.m.
On the radio today, Dave had to ask me what an ant is. An aunt, for those of you out there. He was like, "What's an ant?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "I don't know how that works." Like, you don't understand what it means to have an aunt or an uncle?
No, I
like,
do.
Tell me back, what is it? What's an aunt? I bet you can't even do it
No,
right
I
now.
do, because it would be like my mother's sister's, my mother's sister.
Yeah.
Okay,
Do you not have any?
No, I do.
And then when I tried to explain it, I was like, well, like, my brother is Shay's uncle. And he was like, well, that's an uncle. What's an aunt? I was like, Dave, I got news for you, bud.
Oh boy.
I'm not good with that shit. I have a brain block against it. I'm so.
What's a nephew?
What's
a niece and a nephew?
That's my sister's son.
This is dumber than me saying that Conor McGregor is monogamous.
No, it isn't, because my brain is fucking.
Yeah, that's
fried from Las
naivete.
Vegas.
This is just
That's me being
unintelligence.
a hopeful
noodle
young boy.
times noodle times noodle times.
Let me ask you
noodle.
this: how, as a 41-year-old man, are you going to do
I'm
this?
41 now.
You're closer to 41.
This is what you know I'm not.
But
And this is what you
throughout
do.
this college football
I
season,
was
you will be.
fucking, when I was like 30, you were calling me 40. I'm gonna be 50 in like 2 days.
I mean, how are you going to do this?
I just gotta go
tour?
to bed. I didn't even do much in Vegas. We didn't party. We partied like one day, but the timing's all off. I'm checking
And
my
then
phone.
you're going back
I'm
to Vegas next week?
gambling. Supposed to go back to Vegas for Canelo versus Alvarez. I don't want to do that because I'm going to go to
Triple G Canelo.
The
Canelo
next
Alvarez
You have to
is
do
one guy.
that.
10 weeks are going to be tough.
You cannot do 10 weekends in a row as a 41-year-old man. You can't.
We haven't even announced what we're talking about, so fuck it.
Fuck it.
A little teaser for you.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
It's a rundown.